Hello, my name is Benjamin Isaiah Flores, and this is my Ford SWOT analysis regarding, again, Ford. My options, considering my last name, were Fuddruckers, Facebook, and such, so I felt like this would probably be my best choice. Let's begin. Beginning in 1903, we had the founding of Ford. And only 5 years later, we moved to the first car they produced, the Model T, which ironically is, when you see this car, is what you would assume a old-timey car would look like. And from here, they begin to mass produce it the best they can, and it becomes relatively a household name. Continuing, in 1913, we see the beginning of we see foreshadowing of the Roaring Twenties with the beginning of the assembly line, with the Industrial Revolution in full swing, and, well, the effects, well, changed the world. Also realizing World War II isn't out of order of global expansion, but continuing, we have World War II. Mentioned before, we also have the Great Depression in between these events, with the Great Depression ultimately halting everything and World War II forcing everything back into gear. With global expansion, we see the nuclear family taking advantage of soldiers returning home, and by the 80s to the 90s, Ford finds its home with being a truck company. With strengths, we have its dominance in trucks. Beyond the fact that it's widely known that all Fords are reliable, for the most part, F-Series is probably one of their most popular trucks of all time. In fact, one of my closest lads drives a Ford F-150, and let me tell you, that thing is fun to be in. Continuing, it's a strong global brand. I've already mentioned how Ford is synonymous with trucks, but this effect can be seen worldwide, as they're considered a very stereotypical American car. Continuing, we have a diverse product portfolio. Ironically, despite Ford being best known for its trucks, they also have normal cars, SUVs, commercial vehicles, and EVs, electric vehicles. But we'll get to that in a moment. With weaknesses, we have a long history of recalls, and we also have a weak position in the EV market, mainly because that, unfortunately, electric Ford vehicles are slower than Teslas, which, as you can assume, Ford's a working man's car. Continuing that, which is connected to the second point, they also have a history of slow development. Continuing onward to opportunities, the EV market has been growing rapidly, with many people wanting to go green. We also have innovations and connections of technologies. Cars are becoming smarter. We're putting computers in cars, and it's only any day now where we're going to have a personal assistant in a car. And then it'll start making sense why we give our cars names, isn't it? Continuing, we also have strategic partnerships with said AI companies and others such. Seriously, I've been in a car with a rich kid and he was doing his homework on the car. You can't make this up. Continuing, we have threats. As you can see from the chart, the competition is fierce. Constantly. I'm honestly proud General Motors is still up there. Then again, I've They're responsible for a lot of complications in my lineage, not important right now. We also have economic fluctuation. A blind man can see how bad it is. I'm not going to elaborate on how bad it is. Finally, we have shifts in EV adoption. Overall, America is the one pushing EVs to a higher degree than most nations. That being said, in most nations, they're giving EV up because it's not inherently profitable due to the fact of limited electricity in most areas and the fact that they're not as strong nor reliable as gas vehicles. That being said, overall, nope, that's basically everything. Sorry. Thank you for everything, Professor. I mentioned it during my last chapter video, but you truly are you've truly been a good professor for us. I wouldn't have it any other way, and if I could do it again, I'd pick you, sir. Thank you.